Hey, SEGways!
Today, I'm going to be watching Paranormal State for the first time.
Why? Why?
I've had a fair few of you SEGways ask me to watch one of their episodes, and I got to admit, I wasn't too bothered. But I guess I've covered a fair few paranormal TV shows of late, so why not just add one more into the mix? Paranormal State are a bunch of students from Penn State University who formed a student-led paranormal society club.
Virginity is cool. Come on. Virginity is cool. What up?
As a Brit, I don't really understand why this would be appealing in any way, shape or form to make a TV show out of it. And my guess is that the same probably rings true for many of Americans too, which may well be why Paranormal State adds this into the intro of the show in what looks like a pretty desperate attempt to make all of this seem far more dramatic than it ever possibly could be.
And sometimes we're warriors.
Oh God, it's so dumb. But I'm gonna try and not judge this show too harshly just yet. I really am gonna give this a fair crack. Another big reason I have picked this episode in particular of Paranormal State to watch is because the ghostly student frat house kids are joined by none other than the OG bullshitter herself, Lorraine Warren. And I am very, very interested to see how she conducts herself on one of these investigations.
I can understand if a house is haunted, but an object, to hang on to something and travel from one place to another with that strong of an energy.
Whatever is on the piano is not a human spirit.
A piano? There's a haunted piano. No wonder they got Lorraine Warren involved in this one. She's an expert at faking bullshit inanimate objects as being attached by some kind of supernatural entity. I mean, there are still people out there fearful of fucking Annabelle. Not to mention the plethora of random yard sale junk in the garage of the Warrens' house. Sorry, I mean the haunted museum, of course. So at this point early on in the video, if you're new to my dumb channel, you may well have picked up on my very subtle skepticism towards the Warrens. I personally think they were con artists of the highest order, and in some examples exploited the mentally ill and did some very serious damage to other people. But I don't want to get too bogged down with a lot of this stuff. I've already brought a lot of this up in my previous videos. Today, I just want to see what the late Lorraine Warren, being the influential bullshitter that she was, has to bring to the table in this haunted piano case. I mean, a haunted piano, come the fuck on.
It said 666.
What can a piano have to do with a horrible situation in someone's life to suck their spirit into this and make it all evil?
I don't really think I need to say anything at this point. Let's just take a moment's silence to really soak in all of the stupid we just heard about this piano being evil. Fucking dipshits.
The case is haunted piano case, or unless you can think of something cooler to call it.
How about the piano dead man? No, that shit. A spooky case? No, that's even worse. I don't know, something with beautiful music?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Nope, you're on your own here, guys. There is no possible way to make any of this sound cool or even remotely interesting.
There's a haunted object, a piano. There's lots of stories throughout history of objects being haunted, people being tormented after they've taken these objects.
The host of Paranormal State, Ryan here, hasn't fared so well in more recent years. He's had a long battle with addiction and been involved in a fair few controversies along the way. From what I understand, he is clean now, which is great to hear, and I just hope it stays that way for him in the future.
We've done cases where an object may have been the cause, been the agent of the phenomenon.
I'm going to try my best to rise above sounding like a cantankerous old git criticising the youthfulness of these kids and highlighting that they're surely too young to be taken seriously at all. Because, you know, at the end of the day, they were presented with an opportunity to work on this TV show, and the creators of Paranormal State clearly wanted to go down the avenue of bringing youth and inexperience to this show. And, you know, who am I or any of us to really belittle these kids to taking such an opportunity? And let's be fair, if any one of us were presented this opportunity when we were kids, we would have absolutely said yes. My guess is that Lorraine Warren's extended experience in all this nonsense will compensate for the baby faces we've seen so far.
When they get this piano, things get weirder. Weird feelings, anxiety, Mice start moving it.
Couldn't you just play 3 blind mice on the piano without having them all dancing out of the house or something? Oh, don't get me wrong guys, I'm well aware how shit and dumb that joke was, but just take a moment to listen to what I'm actually watching right here. If the piano was purchased second hand, couldn't there be a nest of mice somewhere in the piano? And the new owners brought it into their own home and the mice got loose that way. Surely that is more logical than anything paranormal related.
If it is haunted,
Oh, make no mistake here guys, it'll be haunted alright. Lorraine will make sure that it's haunted and more than likely introduce an evil or demon kind of dangerous element to the whole bullshit. That's kind of her thing. And her husband's of course. Ed Warren died in 2006, about a year or two since the filming of this episode.
Is there any chance that since they are antique dealers, that previous items that they've gotten could have
maybe, who
interacted?
knows?
Could there be something going on with the family and they're just chalking it up to the piano? Because it came in around the same time.
Maybe.
Okay, it's early days and I don't want to judge these students too much, but so far this young lady here is the only one to say anything of any level of intelligence.
The clients themselves are saying this is the problem, so we have a suspect, the piano.
Worst episode of Midsummer Murders ever.
Nice to meet you, I'm Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Ryan. John.
Why don't you start with a tour and just kind of tell us about stuff that's happened along the way?
Absolutely.
That's fine?
All right,
Okay.
we can start from point one. Obviously, it was the piano, which was moved onto the porch after the first day that we had it.
It gets a little bit more difficult with these residential cases to come up with a roasting comedy type video like I usually do. I agree that the family could sincerely be living in fear in their own home. And while I don't necessarily think this is caused by the paranormal, I understand that what I think doesn't really matter. As long as nobody involved in all of this is lying, of course, all that really matters here are the people that are living with this. Personally, I think that any YouTuber or TV show that goes into somebody's house to film a residential case for paranormal purposes should always bring some type of mental health care specialist to assist them with the evaluation of what is going on in the house. I've seen videos where substance abuse is a huge factor to play in all of this, but annoyingly does not get brought up once. DV and SA has also occurred in some of these cases, and you really don't need fuckwits like Paranormal Nightmare coming to stir the pot even further and offering no counselling for the people actually affected by this. They are only there to make money for themselves to film paranormal content. They just keep feeding into the delusions of the people who are really in need of actual, real help. At this stage of the video, I'm not necessarily saying that Paranormal State are in fact guilty of this. I'm just saying that I've seen other popular paranormal filmmakers do exactly what I've just described, and it really is a disgrace.
The night that we brought the piano in, it just had a very, very bad aura about it. Absolutely horrible. Just kind of made your hair stand up.
I've never had a problem with anxiety until that stupid piece of wood came into this house.
My ex-girlfriend used to say the same about me.
What really caught me off guard was the fact that in the 5 years that we've lived here, we never had mice. Never had mice once. And as soon as that thing was moved into this house, the next day, you could see traces of them everywhere.
It was a coincidence.
I have a deactivated cell phone upstairs in my room on my dresser. I had just laid down, shut the lights off. I opened my eyes and I see this big bright light. I got up, got the phone, opened it up, and it had said 666.
That was the message.
Which was really bizarre because there was no service to the cell phone.
So this entity has a fondness for old antiques like a piano, and it also seems to have a grasp on how to use early 21st century technology, like a cell phone. Is it not just remotely possible that you accidentally press the 6 button 3 times, without realizing it?
I'm concerned. I don't want something to stay here, and I want somebody to help me to get it out of here. And that's when we called you guys. And
Do you mind if I see the piano?
Absolutely.
hey, be my guest.
And the article read, free, please take, free now.
Please
and,
take
in big
now,
capital
now.
letters.
And we fell for it.
Right. So if this is true, and I don't know why, but I'm starting to think that this couple are just looking for attention and that's why they called up Paranormal State. But if everything they said here is true, and you could just list this piano on Craigslist and someone else can come and collect it, then why didn't they just do that? If they got it off Craigslist, then why can't they just get rid of it on Craigslist? You know, list it for free, or even offer to pay someone else money to take it from you. You know what I mean? Then that's it, problem solved, right? And I could only imagine it would be a lot easier doing that. You know, getting rid of the piano than making the effort to contact Paranormal State, waiting God knows how long before they can actually come and film in your house, and then getting them to get rid of the piano for you. But I guess if you do it the other way from Craigslist, you don't get to be on TV, do ya?
Piano itself, it seems to be in decent shape, but I just don't like it.
Don't like it.
And I'll tell you, as crazy as it sounds, when I look at it, I see blood.
I mean, it's not that crazy. I see blood whenever I look at Twin Paranormal.
So you want this piano gone?
Absolutely, I do. And whatever presence was with it.
Then get rid of the fucking thing. Am I missing something here? At no point in this show do they tell us why they can't just get rid of it. Because spoiler alert here, guys. Later on in the show, that's what they do. They just take it away from the house. And that's it. That's it. Done and dusted. No more issues. Fucking so dumb.
We're breaking up into 3 groups to perform dead time.
Dead time is 3 a.m. That's when all the ghosts are supposed to be more active, according to fuck knows who. Yeah, it's dumb, but just go with it.
We're turning off all unnecessary electronics and setting up our surveillance equipment to communicate with whichever spirit is in the house. Or possibly in the piano itself.
Are you stupid?
We are solely communicating with anything that is attached to the piano that is sitting outside on front porch.
Is there anyone here with this piano? If there is...
What is your name?
You're the piano man.
Had you wanted to be moved out of the previous house you were in?
Are you causing John's anxiety?
Are you causing Nadine's fear?
Can you give us a sign?
I'm cold now.
Yeah.
No fucking shit is cold. You're sat outside in the middle of the night during winter asking a whole bunch of questions to a fucking piano.
What's that noise?
From the sounds of things from your show's post-editor. Sounds like a cheesy door creak overlay to me.
What was that?
What's the noise?
It's piano.
I know a lot of paranormal TV is overproduced, but even by those standards, this is a bit much. In between the sound effects, quick cuts, shaky cam, and music, I can't really tell what they're claiming to hear from the piano.
Ryan, was that you guys? Over.
No, it wasn't. It did it by itself.
What? What did it do by itself?
If you guys saw anything, but when I was upstairs and you were down in the basement, the lamp on my dresser was flickering. And I saw it flicker 4 separate times.
Has it ever done that before?
No.
So they're just filming their video while the couple are at home trying to sleep? Oh, okay. Nobody else finding that a bit weird?
You said it did it 4 times?
Yeah.
Can we put it on motion detector? Or, yeah.
Oh, they're just filming them in the bedroom. Oh, that's perfectly fine then.
What was that?
Yeah, it was. I was able to see that flicker. And I saw it flicker 4 times.
No one cares.
Director's log.
Captain's log, stardate 23.9.
During dead time, we experienced some unexplained activity ourselves.
We're clutching at straws here, aren't we, guys?
At this point, there are many unanswered questions. I think we should start by calling in a piano specialist to determine the origin of the antique, its condition, and value.
By looking at this, what can you tell us about it?
It's a piano, you bunch of dickheads. Anyway, the piano expert gives us a whole bunch of information about the piano, and all of this can really be condensed down to 3 words. It is old. He also did say that it's pretty much worthless and a pile of junk.
He said there's no value to it?
No, it's junk.
And it should just be thrown away anyway. So it genuinely is a strong candidate to be in the Warrens' basement. Speaking of the Warrens, where is Lorraine?
We got a company name so we can look that up and find out when they went out biz and see if we can...
Well, I don't think that really matters, though. We need to find out, like, who it belonged to.
I agree with Ryan here. I want to see who the person was that got rid of the piano on Craigslist.
Hello?
Hi, may I please speak with Brooke?
This is her.
Hi, Brooke. This is Katrina. I'm calling from the Penn State Paranormal Research Society.
Hello? Hello?
Look, I can't talk to you guys. I don't know anything.
I have a couple questions for you.
Look, I don't know anything about that stupid piano. All I did was put an ad on the internet, okay? I don't want to be involved or anything like that, all all right?
I mean, this is totally the reaction I'd expect from someone who just wanted to get rid of some junk on Craigslist, and they're fed up from getting a bunch of calls from an annoying ghost TV show, because you know, it didn't sound like the first time they tried to contact that lady. But for me, I got to add in here that the person on the other end of that phone did sound a bit performative and rehearsed.
The former owners were all but refusing to talk to us about the piano, which raises my suspicions about the potential paranormal experiences they may have had with it. Did they suspect that it was haunted as well?
Highly doubt it. Maybe you guys should just stop bothering people about total nonsense.
I've made a call to Lorraine Warren.
Who you gonna call?
She also owns a substantial collection of haunted objects on display in her museum in Connecticut.
Ed and Lorraine Warren owned a bunch of junk that they more than likely purchased from op shops and yard sales and created fake elaborate backstories about their hauntedness. I mean, most of the items in that junk shop, I'm sure they don't actually have a story behind them, and if you were to ask them, they would literally have to make something up on the spot in that moment. So anyway, yeah, sure, she's great at all this bollocks. So in short, Lorraine really is perfect for this episode.
The only way I'm going to know Ryan is to actually be there and interview and talk with the people and see what it is I feel there.
It's interesting to me how they're showing her profession and expertise as a demonologist. When Ed was alive, he was always referred to as the demonologist of the two, and Lorraine was the psychic or clairvoyant or medium or whatever spin of bullshit you want to call it. But now Ed has passed away, it looks like Lorraine prefers to be thought of as a demonologist. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's no credibility in that either, it's all just a load of old bollocks, isn't it?
What is the matter with this thing?
What do you mean?
I feel stomach sick when I'm near it. Well, when I first walked up to the door, I felt it, and this is where it's coming from.
As sad as this sounds, I'm actually looking forward to hearing what she comes up with here.
Probably the one thing that got to me the most. I have a deactivated cell phone, and the phone lit up. I opened up the cell phone, and it said 666.
Bloody hell, she really does think that this 666 thing on her phone was something interesting. Why do I get the feeling she's even told this story to her hairdresser?
What are you going to do with this?
We're taking it today.
It held some bad vibrations, dear. Got very bad vibrations. That's why I'm asking you what you feel you want to do with this.
Yes, Lorraine, I'm sure you felt this evil piano and you were not told about it from someone who works on the show before you turned up.
This is something that you're going to have to be very careful of, honey.
Has Lorraine Warren ever come across an inanimate object she didn't think was haunted?
You don't want to give your problem to somebody else. And the only way to make sure that that's not going to happen is to take something like that and get rid of it permanently.
Tony Sparrow again? Come on now, I just finished watching him on that Expedition X video. I make it no secret that I'm not a big fan of Tony Sparrow. I think the guy's a bit of a jerk. He is in fact the Warren's son-in-law, and to me he just comes across as a bully who has made a living off bottom feeding from the Warren's lies and manipulation.
We've had someone burn an object. We didn't ask them to do that, but they did it on their own. A Ouija board? She said as soon as that board started to burn, she felt like she was burning. So ever since we've known what happens when people do things like that, we never advocate just going out and burning an object like that.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Whatever is on the piano, dear, doesn't seem to be human.
Demons again? Fuck me, Lorraine Warren comes in contact with more demons than John Constantine.
Anything that's making you feel that sick inside like that, anything that's affected you, anything that's giving you these signs like this 666 business that both you and your husband are seeing is not a human spirit.
It's so dumb.
Effectively, what it seems like Lorraine has done here in this Paranormal State video is exactly what many of her critics have accused her of doing time and time again throughout her career. She'll go into a property already armed with the knowledge and details of said haunting, make out that she was in fact the one that sniffed out the object that got the attachment, and just throw in that it's attached by a demon for good measure. In many of the Warrens' cases, it was in fact them that were the first to scream out demon. It's a pretty standard and easy formula to replicate over and over and over again, and it worked very well for Ed and Lorraine Warren over their very long career. Later in the episode, Paranormal State make out that Lorraine Warren stayed with the couple to look after them while the kids got rid of the piano. I obviously can't prove this, but I think in reality, Lorraine Warren would have left that couple the very second the cameras were switched off. All she has to do is say over the phone that she's still with the couple and looking after them and giving updates about them, but of course we don't hear this couple over the phone and we just have a phone conversation conversation to go off, we don't actually see any footage of this. And I just can't help but to think to myself, it's not a bad payday when you really think about it, because I'm pretty sure Lorraine and Tony were just at this couple's place with the whole piano thing for maybe a few hours.
We've decided the next step is to perform a binding ceremony. Binding refers to the prayer's ability to trap the spirit that may be here with the piano itself. So if the piano is removed, the spirit will go with it.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us.
I just think we need a palate cleansing reminder that these are all grown-ass adults. And they are saying the Lord's Prayer to a piano. Yeah, that's right. What you're watching right now is not, in fact, an SNL skit. And don't forget, everyone, that the reason they're doing this, the reason they think the piano is haunted, is because the owners felt a bit anxious, they had a vermin problem, and that lady pocket dialed 666 on her own phone. Sometimes I genuinely fear for the human race. Maybe we're not meant to make it.
I command all evil spirits, anything harmful or evil that's within this piano that is harmful to humans.
Like getting a splinter or an out-of-tune key.
Lorraine and Tony suggest we take the piano, bust it up, and then we bury it. We'll make sure it's not given to somebody else.
Right, exactly.
I guess they run out of room to squeeze this into their hoarder's junk shop.
I think it's best if we just go ahead and take it and there's no more involvement afterwards. Just because if you are there while we're busting it up, there's always a chance it can latch on. So we have come to this warehouse to see if this piano reacts differently or the same. See if taking it out of the environment, if there's any difference.
How are you possibly going to assess this by any metric? How are you going to tell if a fucking piano is going to react differently in a house to this warehouse? Just listen to the stupid that's coming out of your mouths.
Maybe you won't do anything. My guess is that I won't do anything.
Well done.
What's the matter?
I keep getting dizzy. I feel sick when I go around this thing. Anyone else feel ill or anything when they're near this piano?
I feel it too.
Guys, you can say you're feeling ill all you want. You can add in all the creepy ambient sound effects and all this spooky B-roll. But no matter how hard you try, you're just not going to make a piano scary.
I doubt we'll get anything from it because it's already bound.
Oh, that's the reason nothing will happen, because it's bound. So nothing to do with it being a fucking piano? It's like a smash room before they became a thing.
Ooh, you're hard showing off.
How are they feeling now that the piano's gone?
They felt better almost immediately.
Wow.
Almost immediately. I talked to them soon after that.
Even if the couple were not hamming this up for the cameras, which I'm still very much on the fence about, if they believe the piano was the problem for them feeling the way they were, and now they're feeling better because the piano is no longer around, that is not evidence of the paranormal. It just goes hand in hand with what we know about basic human psychology.
Well, you guys have been fantastic, all of you. Really appreciate that.
No problem.
Everything.
Wouldn't it be funny if they had a headstone for the piano?
After several days of investigation, I still cannot officially determine that the paranormal activity that Nadine and John have been experiencing can be attributed to the piano itself.
Of course it can't. It's a fucking piano.
To be sure there are no lingering effects on the clients, we're burying the piano and consecrating the ground, just as Lorraine and Tony recommended.
Released from the chains of death. An entry into ever-outlasting.
Oh my god, I have to end the video here because I just cannot take any more stupid. This was considered an influential paranormal show? Did I just pick a bad one or something? Are they all this stupid? Nothing that was said in this episode would even closely lead me to anything paranormal. Even if I was being really charitable. Lorraine Warren pretty much did exactly what I expect her to do, say everything was a demon. and pretending to give a shit whilst doing very little and taking a Paranormal State payslip. So yeah, this was all a load of old bollocks, wasn't it? And if you enjoyed my take on this load of old bollocks, then please give the video a like and subscribe to the Side Eye Guy. Right, I'm off to make out my old wardrobe is haunted. I mean, it's not, but if I call my local ghost hunters, it'll be like getting free removalists. Ta very much, cheerio!